Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Kasturi from Unilever Food Solutions, which is a business built by chefs. So we know what you face every day in the kitchen. Everything we do is focused on making your life a bit easier. Our presenter today is the culinary chef experience advisor of Unilever Food Solutions KZN, Chef Mary Worthington. Today she will highlight how to flavor your tomato-based dishes. Add a taste of Italy to every dish with Knorr Tomato Pronto. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box. Chef will answer them after the presentation. Chef will also be running a poll during a session, and we would really appreciate your participation. Now, without further ado, we will turn our time over to Chef Mary.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Kasturi, for that lovely introduction, and welcome everybody to today's webinar. So today I'm going to chat around Knorr Professional Tomato Pronto, not just your ordinary tin of tomato, and hopefully you can all see that. Absolutely delicious, full of flavor, and a beautiful, really quality tomato in a tin. So it is an Italian tomato, and they are plum tomatoes. We do import the tomato pronto from Italy, 95% tomato, and the other 5% is water. It's got a little bit of onion because it is a concasse, which is a cooked, diced, chopped tomato. Little bit of onion, very small little bits, a little bit of oil, little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, and that is all that is in there. Otherwise, it is packed, jam-packed, full of flavor, and just an absolute beautiful taste when you cook with the dishes. So let's get going. And today what I'm going to do is just make 3 very simple dishes. So I thought what I'd do is start off with a very, very simple tomato soup. Winter is coming up, and it's a beautiful winter warmer. It's something that you can quickly make up and put on your menu or your specials board. So let's get started. All right, so my ingredients are, my base will be tomato. I'm going to extend it with a bit of water, and then I'm going to add in some Knorr veg stock, because I'm going to keep it vegetarian because it is vegan based and suitable for vegans. And I'm going to add in a bit of veggie seasoning. And then I'm going to finish it off, cook it up quickly, and then finish it off with a little bit of Basil Pesto, and then just plate it up. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to add in 2 cups of tomato, and hopefully you can all see that quality of that tomato. You'll see there is a little bit of oil that sits on top, but that is part of it, and that's really so that you can just put it straight in to your pots without it burning. So I've got about 600 mils of tomato here, and I'm going to just bring that up quickly, and you'll see how quick and easy it is. Often I find with tomato-based dishes, and the quality of some of those tin tomatoes that you get out there, you need to do a lot of work with them and tweak them. I've got a bit of veg stock here, so I'm going to add that in. About 28 grams, so I'm going to make more or less a liter. And I've got about 2 teaspoons of beautiful Robertson's veggie seasoning. Can't do without that. Beautiful all-round seasoning, bit of dried garlic, pimentos, a bit of herbs, so that complements it very nicely. I've got some basil pesto, which I'm going to add in. And then I'm going to just add in a little bit of black pepper. And that's really it. So I'm going to just stir that out quickly. Once it comes to the boil, it just needs to cook for a few minutes, and then I'm going to stick blend it. And I mean, there's so many variations, but today I really want to show you and just showcase how simple and easy it is. So I've brought it up to the boil. And the nice thing is it's beautiful sweet plum tomatoes. So they're sweet already. And with the tomato soup, you want a little bit of acidity, but it's sweet. You don't need to add any extra sugar to that. All right, so I'm going to add in just a little bit of basil pesto. About 2 teaspoons should do. And of course, you can taste at that stage a little bit of black pepper. And then I'll finish it off with a little bit of cream. All right, so let me just stick blend this quickly. Just take a few minutes. I think that's kind of done it. It's ready to go. All right, so at this stage, I'm going to just add in just a little bit more cream. A bit of cream, I haven't added that in. And just give it a stir through. Yeah. Might just give it a little taste to see if it needs a bit of seasoning. I would add just a little bit more black pepper to it. And this is what the chef will do. They'll just adjust the seasoning, very, very simple. And just a dash more pesto. And then it is ready to go. Okay. All right, so now we can dish up. Okay, so you're looking at about a 200 ml portion, a sort of a nice serving. And with this, you can upsell it. You can serve it with some beautiful crusty bread. You can serve it with some shea butter. You can serve it with a cheese toast, cheese straws. It works well with any of those accompaniments. You can upsell it, and then you're able to put it on your menu for a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to just finish it with just a little bit of feta. And just a little bit more basil pesto. And a little bit of the basil pesto oil, there you have it. And then just a little basil leaf. So just a little bit more black pepper and a little basil leaf. And there it is, ready to go. Okay, so that's the first dish ready to go. And then we're going to go on to the next dish. It is gluten-free. These days we are seeing that there are a lot of customers that have food preferences and can't eat gluten. So it's the perfect thing if you need something in a hurry for a starter or a main. Okay, there we are. A couple of splatters there. All right, so now we're going to go on to the next one. So with your tomato base, your options are endless. Any of your pizza pastas work well. You've got a beautiful color coming through. You've got a beautiful flavor coming through without having to do much to the dish. So my next one is going to be a very simple pizza, and it's called the Stoner. And if you go to our website, you'll find that the recipe is there, and I'll chat about that just now. All right, so here I have a pizza base. This is going to be a vegetarian option. So let's just clear so that you guys can see what's happening here. All right, I'll leave them. So what I've done here is just to speed things up a little bit because time is very short. And I've got my pizza base, which I have already cooked. So it's called a Stoner. It's a vegetarian pizza option. And we are finding that a lot more people are eating plant-based meals and looking for plant-based meals. All right, so the Stoner, meaning that I use stone ground flour to make my pizza base. So I have pre-made and I've nuked it. Here, what I have here is some ratatouille. So what I've done is I've got diced aubergine, onion, mixed peppers, and some baby marrow. I've cubed them all and I've cut them into very small little cubes. I've sauteed them all individually, and I've literally taken a cup of Pronto, tomato Pronto, and I've just mixed it through. And that is what it looks like. So very, very simple. I did add in a bit of veggie seasoning and a little bit of thyme to that and mixed it all together. All right. So this will now be my base, and you don't have to use it as a pizza base. All right. So I'm going to just put a bit straight on there, and I'm not going to have an extra tomato base because all the flavor is already in here. Okay, so we'll pop that on quickly. And then I'm going to add to that a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of halloumi, and a little bit of basil pesto. So if you are using basil pesto or an ingredient in your kitchen, it's always nice to try and pull it through to a couple of menu items on your menu. Okay, and I think that should be enough. It all depends how big your pizza is. That's ready to go. Okay, then I've got a bit of halloumi here, which is just cubed, and I'll put a few of those on so that we keep it vegetarian, plant-based. Okay, and then just a little bit of basil pesto. Basil pesto is quite strong, so I won't put too much on, but just a little bit to go over that. And if you have a look at your pizza tomato bases for your pizzas, Pronto is amazing because it works so well. You literally can open the tin and put it over your base. Or what you can do is take that, add in some veggie seasoning, add in some mixed herbs, or a little bit of garlic, and stick blend it. And it is literally ready to go. So a little bit of mozzarella to go over that, and then we'll just pop it in the oven. Simple, no work, doesn't require you to adjust flavors and try and get that the right tomato-based flavor coming through. It is high quality and ready to go and ready to use. It's cooked out as well. All right, so that is now ready to go. I'm going to pop it in the oven, a nice hot oven, 190 for about 7 minutes. Okay, so we'll do that for 7 minutes. All right, so then we'll take that out shortly. The next dish I'm going to do is going to be something different with macaroni cheese. So what I do find is that macaroni cheese is quite a versatile dish. So while I'm setting up, I'll just quickly chat to you. So I'm just going to present it in a different way. It won't be a minute. All right. So macaroni cheese, a nice family favorite, a nice warming and comfort meal. So today what I've prepared, and I've also had to just speed it up a little bit, is we're going to make the tomato sauce, and you'll see how quick it is. I've sauteed off a little bit of onion here, and I'm going to add in, and it's nice and soft, so I'm going to just add in a little bit of garlic to that, crushed garlic. And this is going to be my sauce. And now you'll see how quick and easy it really is to work with the tomato pronto. Just let the garlic cook through. And then I'm going to add in 2 cups of tomato pronto, which is ready to go. So we'll just let that simmer slowly and let those flavors infuse. And then I'm going to just add in a little bit of shredded basil. So this is some fresh basil going into there. And then I will stick blend that. Okay. So we'll just let that cook up. My next for the macaroni. So what I've done here, I'm going to make crispy chicken macaroni and cheese balls. So I've got some chicken which is diced. I've cooked through the macaroni. I've used our Knorr white sauce base here, which I've used that for the white sauce. So very, very simple. All I've done is reduced the liquid so that it's a bit thicker. I've added in some cheddar cheese, but of course you could get creative and you change it up. You could keep it vegetarian. You could add in bacon, spinach, whatever else you would like to do. But today it's going to be crispy chicken and macaroni balls. I'm going to use the Knorr chicken breading, and I'm going to just coat the macaroni balls with the breading. And the beauty of that is that you just need to dip it in water. So very, very simple. Okay, so this is just simmering slowly there, so that's perfect. So let's do it this way. Go. All right, so dip into water, take it out, and then just dip into the breading and coat it nicely. Okay, and then I'm going to be deep frying those. Yeah, and you can make these in advance. In fact, and you can choose your size as well. If you were doing for a buffet or a hotel, you may want to serve it buffet style, and you would make them bigger and put them in a tray. You can plate them. Today I am going to plate them. And so I've made smaller ones today. If you were doing catering, it's a perfect thing for a caterer. Works very well. A deli, it works beautifully on your counter. The color just pops. And of course, we know that people eat with their eyes when they go to a buffet or a deli. What looks good is what they want to buy. So, all right. So you would just coat those, very, very simple. Got a little bit of cooked chicken in there, and I mean we've always got chicken in the kitchen as well. There we are. So one last one. And So let's just keep that nice and clean. Okay, so those macaroni balls are ready to be deep fried. So I'm just going to get my fryer hot enough. And just pat them down a little bit so that the coating covers nicely. And then you can pop them into the fryer. So just a different way of serving macaroni. And of course we've got the beautiful tomato sauce, which is simmering slowly, and that is ready to serve. Will be ready in a few minutes to serve. Okay, so I'll just get my plate ready. There we go. Okay, so that's looking gorgeous. It smells delicious. It looks delicious. And you've got that beautiful tomato flavor coming through. Of course, you can change it up. You could add some chili to it. You can add other herbs to it. But today, I just wanted to keep it simple because I wanted to show you how beautiful the product is. Okay, so I'm going to deep fry those. Okay, so they're in the fryer. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to quickly stick in my sauce. So sorry about the noise. Everything's happening at once. Pizza's ready to go. Here we are, and that pizza is ready to go. Oh, so I'll just give it a few minutes, and then I will put it onto the board and cut it. Okay, macaroni balls are looking good, so I just want them to crisp up a little bit and get a little bit of color there. And I'm going to actually plate these. So, but you could put them in a bain-marie, they'll work well in the bain-marie. There we go. Okay, let's see how the little balls are going. They're looking good. Just a few more minutes, and then I'll be able to put that on top. And that's my Basil Pesto. There we go. So I don't know if you can see those. They look really awesome and ready to go. Okay, and then I'll put just a little bit of basil pesto. They're quite cheesy, but if you wanted to put just a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, you could do that as well. That would also work. And then I have some deep fried basil leaves. So I'm going to just pop those on top. That will be my little garnish. Ready to go. Here we are. All right, so deep fried mac and cheese, chicken mac and cheese balls with a beautiful tomato and basil sauce. Okay, then the last thing we have is the pizza. pizza's all ready to go. I don't want to burn my hands. So, there we are. So I'm going to just quickly give it a cut. Doesn't that look gorgeous? And how easy was that? So what you will see on my handout I've given you is that there is a tomato extension, Pronto extension on there. And what you will find with the Knorr Tomato Pronto is that you are able to take the 2 kg tin, add in some 2 liters of water, and I've given you the recipe on the handout. And you're able to just extend it, and you can thicken it up either with some white sauce, or you can thicken it up with our Knorr tomato soup. That also works, and you'll see that it retains the color as well. All right, so there is the pizza ready to go. So that's the stone pizza, the stoner. Stoner meaning it's made with a stone base, stone ground flour, the ratatouille and halloumi, and a little bit of basil pesto. So a nice vegetarian option there. All right. Okay.
Thank you, Chef Mary. Can we now go ahead and take some questions?
Yes, of course we can. Anybody got any questions?
So there's nothing in the question box. We just had one question from Chef Marius. Is it available in retail stores?
So thank you for that question, Marius. What you would be able to go and buy it at somewhere like Macro in the catering aisle. That is where you'll find it. It's specifically designed for your caterers, so it only comes in a 2 kg tin. Sure. Any other questions?
Nothing else, Chef Mary. Do you want to start your polls?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. All right, so
First question.
Okay, so the first question is, do you currently have tomato-based dishes on your menu? Yes or no?
%100% says yes.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so my second question to you is, do you use tin tomato in your kitchen? Yes or no? How are we doing with the poll?
100% says yes.
100% says yes. Almost awesome. Okay, so, and my third question is quality of tomatoes important to you? Yes or no?
Says yes.
Fantastic. So I'm sure if you haven't had a chance to try the Knorr Professional Tomato Pronto, maybe you will be inspired now. I think also with a lot has changed in the kitchens, and especially with COVID, we've got a lot of movements of chefs. We've got kitchens opening and closing. We've got staff still perhaps working on short time and things like that. So, I mean, this is the perfect base. If you're looking for a quality tomato, it requires minimal work, and it's ready to go. It's gluten-free. The color is there. The flavor is there. I don't know another tomato, a tin of tomato that you can actually open and just use it. And that's actually one of the reasons as a chef why I absolutely love Knorr Tomato Pronto. use it wisely. But it goes into all your dishes, your pizza, your pastas, wherever you want to see that tomato flavor and color coming through. That's where it really works for you. All right.
So Chef Mary, we just have a question. What is the shelf life of Pronto?
All right. So unopened, you've got 24 months. And once you open it, what I suggest you do, it does have a lacquered inner, but what I suggest you do is you put it into a container, and you've got 5 to 7 days you do need to refrigerate it in the fridge. If you can't use it up within that time period, you can put it into smaller containers and you can freeze it. It freezes perfectly.
Thank you, Chef Mary.
Okay.
As you said, you've got a handout. If you just want to chat to them about it.
Sure. Okay, so if you download the handout, you will see that on there I have given you a link to our ufs.com, which is our website. Do go in there. You've got, I've given you a link to the dishes that I have prepared today. I've given you a link to the Tomato Pronto extension if you're wanting to use Tomato Pronto, but possibly make your dish a little bit cheaper, just depending on what type of establishment you are. Maybe you're a caterer, so you can use it there, and it'll bring your cost right down. All right. But have a look there. All the links are there, and everything you need to know about Knorr Tomato Pronto Professional is on my handout. Then the other two I've attached onto there is UFS Academy, which is our online learning platform. If you would like to go on and you can download the app. There's some amazing courses. There's some beautiful pasta courses there, which chefs are doing, which you can go on. It's like a tutorial. They're little videos which you can watch. So they work really well. Okay, so do you have a look at that? And then we do have our fair kitchens, which is all about running a fair kitchen and working together as a team. So, and there is also a support line there if anyone is battling in the kitchen. We know we've all gone through a terrible time with COVID, but if somebody is needing some support, there is a toll-free line that you can dial in, which is completely free 24/7.
Chef Mary, we just have a question. What preservatives goes into the tin?
There aren't any preservatives in there, and there's no colorants in there. All right.
Perfect. Thank you. And then just chat to them about your handle.
All right. So if any of you are on Instagram, I'd love you to follow me. It is on the screen. Chef Worthington Mary. That would be awesome if you could follow me. All of us chefs at UFS do regular posts, so that would be really great if you would like to follow me. And we post various topics and whatever's happening during the week.
Okay, and then we just had a competition running for those that registered and have joined the webinar. So we've got Chef Juarez, who will be receiving a tin of Pronto.
Well done.
Thank you, Chef Mary, for those lovely, delicious, sumptuous recipes.
Thank you for that, Kasturi, and thank you to everybody. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for dialing in today. I hope that has been beneficial to you, and I hope you've learned a little bit about our quality Knorr Tomato Pronto Professional, and where you can use it in the kitchen, and where you can put it onto your menu and deliver those beautiful tomato flavored dishes to your customers.
Great, thank you. Thanks again for joining us for today's webinar, and please look out for the next webinar email. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.